When it comes to animals, nature's hand can be both wonderful and unforgiving. Sometimes it shows no mercy, causing some rather unfortunate circumstances, like what happens to army ants with no clear end, and to horses that become neglected. But first, let's have a look at what happens when an animal lets its curiosity get the best of it. Stuck in tree. They say curiosity can lead to all sorts of adventures, but for one spirited young horse, it led to a bit of a pickle. You see, she was quite the explorer, always eager to stick her nose into every nook and cranny. On this fateful day, a hole in a tree caught her attention, and she just had to investigate. The trouble began when her head slipped right into the hole, but try as she might, she couldn't wiggle it back out. Out in the fields of Pullman, West Virginia, her distressed whinnies caught the ear of a neighbor named Jason Harshbarger. He wasted no time and rushed to her rescue. Gracie, as they called the horse, had a dislocated jaw and a few scrapes from her misadventure. The tree, on the other hand, bore the brunt of the damage. Jason had to resort to a chainsaw to set Gracie free. Overgrown hooves. Upon its arrival at a sanctuary in Belgium, a Shetland pony brought with it an alarming tale of neglect and mobility struggles. Years of neglect had taken a severe toll on the pony's hooves, causing them to grow to an astonishing length, curling around themselves in a full circle, equivalent to about 540 degrees. This extreme condition had developed over a decade without any hoof trimming, a vital aspect of equine care that horses typically require every few weeks to maintain their well-being. When the owner decided to relinquish these neglected animals, the Animal Welfare Unit in Wallonia reached out to a local sanctuary called Animaux en Péril for help. The sight that met the rescuers was heartbreaking. Poli's overgrown hooves posed a significant challenge, with concerns about whether he could ever regain normal mobility due to the lasting joint damage. Warty giraffe. In South Africa's Kruger National Park, a group of giraffes was observed casually munching on tree leaves, seemingly unperturbed by a rare skin condition they were afflicted with. These giraffes displayed large lesions on their necks and bodies, a result of the papillomavirus, a virus not typically found in giraffes, but known to affect cattle, causing the development of irritable lesions. The transmission of this virus among giraffes is believed to occur through the actions of oxpecker birds, which feed on the ticks found on giraffes. While the virus is generally not life-threatening to the giraffes, the lesions can be uncomfortable and occasionally itchy, potentially leading to infections if persistently scratched. Despite the physical discomfort, the giraffes continued to graze, showing remarkable resilience. Tour guide Leon Latigan captured these unique images while leading tourists on a Kruger tour. Initially, the condition puzzled him, but with the help of an expert friend and further research, he identified the issue and documented it. The persistent transmission of the virus is attributed to the oxpecker bird's grooming habits, which can carry the virus from one giraffe to another. Leg problems. During a festival in Spain, a massive bull endured a tragic accident that left it dragging itself along the ground after it seemed to have broken both its hind legs. The incident took place in Mejorada del Campo, near Madrid, and was captured in video footage. In the video, the bull is seen rapidly descending a ramp from its transportation cage just before a bull running event. Unfortunately, upon reaching the bottom, the bull attempts to jump but sustains severe injuries upon landing on the hard concrete floor. As a result, it loses the use of its hind legs and is forced to drag itself using its front legs. Reports indicate that the ramp was placed too high off the ground, leading to this tragic mishap. The video has garnered significant attention online, with over 344,000 views. As of now, it remains unclear if authorities are investigating the matter or if the bull was euthanized. Two-headed calf. When one of his cows gave birth to an incredibly rare two-headed calf named Annabelle, Florida dairy farmer Dwight Cruz was completely unprepared. Cruz discovered this remarkable newborn in one of his fields, and he emphasized that in their 60 years of raising cattle, his family had never seen anything even remotely similar. The birth of Annabelle left Cruz astonished. Although he had heard about two-headed calves, this marked the first time he had actually seen one. According to Cruz, the female calf appears to possess two pairs of eyes, though he doubts that the middle pair is functional. Currently, Annabelle requires bottle feeding due to her inability to lift her heavy head, but her devoted mother remains in close proximity to provide care and support. The family has even attracted the attention of Ripley's Believe It or Not. Their records indicate that the longest a two-headed calf has survived is approximately 40 days. Although Annabelle faces slim odds of survival, hope for a miraculous outcome persists. Quasimodo. Quasimodo, a stray dog hailing from the southern regions, bore the burden of short spine syndrome, a genetic condition that afflicted only a minuscule number of canines worldwide, with a total of 13 known cases. When he wandered into a shelter, the details of his past remained shrouded in mystery. Around the age of 5, Quasimodo's life took a turn for the better when the second-hand hounds of Minnesota came to his rescue. This dedicated rescue group quickly formed a deep attachment to Quasimodo, describing him as a gentle, delightful, and affectionate companion. His condition had caused a twist in his spine, hinting at potential future health complications concerning his internal organs, likely stemming from irresponsible backyard breeding practices. Though the journey was not without its challenges, 2 other dogs with the same spinal ailment, Pig and Cuda, had already found forever homes, providing hope for Quasimodo. Initially placed with a foster family, Quasimodo ultimately found his permanent home with second-hand hounds, which adored him and understood his unique requirements. Thus began Quasimodo's new life as an advocate for rescue organizations and special needs dogs. Zombie Whitetail Buck. In the fall of 2020, a trail camera in southern Illinois captured a shocking and graphic video that left even seasoned hunters and outdoor enthusiasts perplexed. The footage featured a deer buck with an enormous and gruesome wound across its back, with the shoulder blade visibly shifting as the buck moved. Some internal organs appeared to be exposed, making it astonishing that the deer was still ambulatory. Theories attempting to explain the wound range from diseases and infections to a potential car collision. However, the most plausible explanation is that the deer became trapped in a combine. Sadly, the buck was discovered about a month later, but given the severity of the wound, its survival was unlikely. This bizarre and unsettling incident continues to mystify those who have seen the footage. Endo the Blind. According to Guinness World Records, Endo, an Appaloosa horse from Oregon in the USA, has accomplished a remarkable feat by setting 3 world records. Beyond his friendly disposition and distinctive brown speckled coat, Endo has touched the world in a truly extraordinary way. On October 29, 2022, Endo, the 22-year-old Appaloosa, affectionately known as Endo the Blind, accomplished 3 remarkable records alongside his owner, Morgan Wagner. At the age of 8, Endo began experiencing persistent eye issues, marked by frequent moisture and squinting. After a thorough examination, a veterinarian diagnosed him with equine recurrent uveitis, a prevalent equine eye ailment and a leading cause of horse blindness worldwide. Endo's struggle persisted, eventually leading to the agonizing decision to remove his right eye when it ruptured. Subsequently, his left eye also posed issues, and it had to be removed, leaving him to navigate a sightless world. Fainting goats. You may have encountered videos showcasing goats seemingly collapsing in fear or enthusiastically screaming along to Christmas carols. However, not all goats exhibit these unusual behaviors. The Tennessee fainting goat, also known as the myotonic, stiff-legged, nervous, or wooden-leg goat, is the specific breed renowned for these antics. Contrary to appearances, these goats don't faint out of fear. They suffer from a hereditary condition called myotonia congenita, affecting their skeletal muscles responsible for movement. Typically, myotonic goats are triggered by loud noises or sudden movements, leading to their muscles stiffening during escape attempts, which can resemble fainting due to fear. It's important to note that the severity of this condition varies among individual goats. These fainting goats are believed to have emerged around 1800 in Tennessee, USA, but their exact origin remains uncertain. Experts are unsure whether the genetic mutation causing myotonia congenita spontaneously occurred or was introduced from another breed. Spiral of death. Have you ever witnessed a peculiar sight where hundreds of ants move in a circular pattern? This phenomenon is widely recognized as the ant mill, or famously dubbed the ant spiral of death, resembling a perplexing anomaly straight out of science fiction. Over the years, entomologists have grappled with the challenge of understanding this enigma. This phenomenon is particularly observed in army ants, renowned as apex predators within the insect world. Paradoxically, these formidable creatures occasionally find themselves trapped in an endless loop of circular motion, culminating in their demise. Notably, army ants are blind, and individual survival is virtually impossible. The spiral of death unfolds when ants traverse densely wooded areas or confined spaces, losing their pheromone trail. The leading ant continues to circle, and the rest follow suit, maintaining a constant distance from the ant in front. This circular motion persists until exhaustion, starvation, dehydration, or fatigue ultimately claim the ants' lives. See you all next time.